SteelSeries Kinzu V3. So I just pulled out the quick start guide and it was actually stuck on the mouse foot. That is just bad. Sloppy. I'm not sure if it's underneath it or not. That feels scratchy as on the pad. So this is the SteelSeries Kinzu version 3. Now just point out that I have a slight edge on this upper mouse foot. So the glue hadn't set when they packed it, I guess. And that meant that, yeah, well, it's now raised. So that's scratching, I'll have to return it. But, you know, I can still test this out and tell you what I think of it. So this is just against bots. I'm in Quake Live. And right now, we're just gonna do some rocket jumps to test the sensor. Oops, missed that one. And as you can see, the sensor seems like it's perfect. I'm not worried about whether it's going to actually make the distance or not. It's just all good. So the sensor's great. I have no problems there. I've aimed a little bit with it. I haven't fully tested it out, but I've hit a lot of mid-air rockets, surprisingly. And that's probably because of how light the mouse is and it's just really easy to control. I've got hit beeps turned off, but you can see the damage. These are bots, so they're really easy to hit. But everything feels pretty good. I can flick it, so I can do those awesome sniper shots. I can rail quite easily. I can rocket jump. As I said, I've been hitting mid-air rockets, so that's the accuracy on the projectiles and the rapid fire weapons too. So I think I can aim with this mouse fairly easily. So it aims well, I like that. The shape isn't too bad, I think it might be a bit too low. It's got these nice edges here which are rubber, I believe. You can fit your thumb in nicely, but I feel like there's not enough room for these fingers. I think it's more of a fingertip and claw grip. Not so good for palm grip just because there is no height on it. Otherwise though, like the shape's fine. Like it feels good in the hand, it could be better. And because its rival is actually the Abyssus, I mean this fits in your hand a lot better. So I'd prefer this one, and just height wise, so we can get that for you. Probably can't see it too easily. But you know, if you're into claw grip and fingertip grip, this will be fine. Where it's let down, now I mentioned this is rubber, that's a nice material. This is not. It just feels very toy plasticky, not a good feel at all. But given the price, I can't see why this is so expensive compared to say the Abyssus. I think they're around, I think I got this one $2 cheaper in fact. So what's this one got that this one hasn't other than DPI switch? And this one has better materials, it's going to be nicer to hold. Scroll wheels, I prefer this one. And the cable's just limp, plasticky rubber. But you know what? That's a good thing, because that means that it's not going to get in your way and it just will do whatever you want it to do. It's when you get a stiff cable, like on the G302, that it becomes an issue. So overall thoughts, this is a good mouse, it aims really well, and I'd say it would improve your game because it is a small mouse. The problem, obviously on this one, the mouse feet, and it's just the materials aren't so good. I've had issues with just Windows 10 plugging it in and the software's not picking it up, and I have to exit the software and then the mouse works. It's weird, I don't know what's going on there, probably a bug, I won't hold it against it though. So my overall experience is not the greatest with this thing so far, but I will give it the benefit of the doubt because if the mouse feet didn't have that issue, so if the packaging was better and it had better materials on top, I'd probably like this mouse a lot more, but again, the shape, it's just too thin down here. It needs to be a bit higher, just so it suits palm grippers as well. That's where those fingers are going. I like when mice companies do this. When they have a straight edge on this side as well, it allows the fingers just to grip it really nicely. But as always, I mean, I prefer the G302, which is over here. It's a much better looking mouse. It's roughly the same price. In fact, I think this one is cheaper from my local now. Everything is just better on this thing. There are not too many mice that can actually beat the G302. It is definitely my favorite, so I'm going to use that as the benchmark, comparing them all to it. This one is good. I think I might even be able to aim a little better with it somehow, but overall it just doesn't feel that great. It does feel very cheap. Yeah, like just the packaging, the fact that it even had that issue, that's a worry. If you don't like the other ones, say the Razer Abyssus or the Logitech G302, then maybe this is an option, but for the price, I don't think this can really compete with these other two. So just a quick look at the report card. Aim, all good. Build, balance and size, yes, nothing else though. The buttons for the features didn't feel that great. The sensor's really good, the cable's good. I'm going to give it a mark for that because even though it's not braided, it doesn't get in your way, so that's a plus. Extras, it does have the DPI button on top, and for a no frills mouse, that's a really good bonus to have. I won't give it a mark for the price though because the G302 is a bit cheaper. And why would you buy this over that? I don't know. Maybe it's just your style. So no mark for that, and it's Mojo. I'm not going to give it a Ninja one because of the problems that it does have, but it is a good mouse. Like if I had to use it, I'd be okay with that because I can aim well enough, and that's what this is really about, being able to aim in a game. I'm being a bit tough on these mice because I'm trying to find the best one, and so far the G302 is the best. That doesn't mean the G302 is flawless, by the way. It does have its faults, it's just the one I prefer to use overall. So that's it. I'm not really going to recommend this mouse, but it's pretty decent, so I'm not going to hate on it either. Check the description below for a link to my free ebook. I wrote a novel about World War IV, so a bit of fun there, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video.